William C. Hulsey, Arlington Properties. Over the course of several decades, William C. Hulsey helped transform Arlington Properties into a national leader in multifamily development and management.
He had an entrepreneurial gene, I guess I would say, and so when he was at Crescent Elementary, I guess this would have been in the late 40s and early 50s, he sold pencils to the teachers, and he sold yo-yos to people in the community, and he would actually go door to door selling things. And so he was making money, throughout, and he never stopped making money. He just had that gene.
After graduating from the University of Alabama, Hulsey went to work for his father and uncle in the mortgage banking business.
You always felt comfortable that you were always going to be led down the right path of fairness and integrity. That's really his hallmarks.
In 1976, he joined Arlington Properties. Under his leadership, the company would grow into a powerhouse in multifamily development and construction.
He believes in people and tries to see the good in people, so that becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
His leadership style is he's very trusting. He really leads by example. He's the kind of guy that you would never want to suggest that we should do something that was in any way questionable morally or within character, because he would be disappointed in you, and you never wanted to have that happen.
The company has developed and constructed more than 35,000 multifamily units, and its management division manages more than 20,000 units across the nation.
Used to just be, well, you rented for a little while before you could buy a house, and now people are renters by choice for a long, long time. And so the quality has gone up. The scope of where we do developments has gone up. The dollars have certainly gone up. And then where we do property management has increased from 1 or 2 states to 15 states today.
Part of it is the people that he surrounded himself by. He hired some amazing people, and of course Jim's had a huge impact on the growth of the company. But I think there was a lot of long-term employees that were highly invested, and I think that the company went through some really difficult times with the death of his business partner and with getting into some difficult investments. And I think that because of his the way he treated people, they hung in there for him, and there were periods of time when they had to work, go through a lot of stressful situations, and they would not have done that probably for just anybody. I think because of the trust that people had in him, I think that helped the company weather some storms.
Colleagues say the company's growth can, in large part, be attributed to Hulsey's leadership style and relentless focus on integrity.
There's this story that I tell about him, and we were negotiating the sale of a property to a group from Miami, and we had some disagreements on things, and Billy, who wasn't directly engaged, he told Kent and myself, he said, just remember, we're always going to be fair, but make sure we're more fair to them than we are to ourselves, which on its face doesn't really make sense, but you understand what he meant. Always make them feel better about what we're doing. So I think that's a good story and illustrates kind of who he is.
Hulsey's business acumen made him a coveted board member, serving several companies, including South Trust Bank, Allied Products, and All Seasons Travel.
People just really respected him and wanted him to be on the board because they knew who his character was.
He's also served in leadership roles for a number of nonprofit organizations and was a supporter of local arts organizations, including the Birmingham Museum of Art, the Birmingham Symphony Association, and Birmingham's Children's Theater.
He was very philanthropic. He loved the art museum. His uncle, who had been his mentor, his business mentor and personal mentor, was an art collector, and this uncle had no children, and so he took my dad under his wing. And so my dad kind of learned about art and the value of art and how it can enhance the city, and he loved the museum and what it meant to the city. So that was one of his main things, but he was always very philanthropic just across the board as well.
In addition to the growth of Arlington Properties and his civic involvement, colleagues say Hulsey's legacy is evident. It's in the way he deals with people and conducts business.
The company has, one thing that I think a really tight focus on what they do and good values, and I think those are things that he kick-started. So I think those are some of the legacies.
The culture of integrity and honesty and doing the right thing, but working hard and achieving your goals has set that culture hasn't changed at Arlington, and that's the key to our success.